First Ayush Webinar. HSCC is a functional arm of Ministry of Skill. It is a recognized awarding body under NCVET. Its main aim is to develop skilled professionals by training, assessment, and certification process. So I welcome the participant also. Today, we are fortunate to hear from an experienced speaker, that Dr. H. Abdul. Dr. Abdul, thank you so much for accepting our invitation for the webinar. So please throw light on this topic. Today, our topic is millets, that is a future food. So Dr. Abdul, you can start.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I am audible?
You are, sir. Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Shall I share the screen?
Sir, you can start. You can start your PPT
Yeah.
also if you have.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be discuss on the millets. Actually, millets, the future food for a healthier world. Myself, Dr. Abdul Kareem, professor working as in the Department of RSBK. I was working as a vice principal and professor and HOD in the Department of RSBK in Maharajganj, Uttar Pradesh. Regarding to the millets, we'll start regarding here. In the introduction regarding that, Ayurveda is a science which talks about the maintenance, the health of a healthy individual. As the shloka says that swasthasya swastharakshanam, arthurasya vikaraprashmanam. As we say that in the shloka is saying that swasthasya swastharakshanam means the healthy individual should maintain his health, and a diseased person should be able to cure, and he has to again maintain his health. In that concept, the entire Ayurveda has been developed as keeping as an objective is to be maintain of a healthy individuals. And to maintain in a health of a healthy individuals, it's everything is depends on his ahara and vihara, the food and the lifestyle, how we are going to be living here actually. So Acharya Charaka says here that he mentions that the individual take care of his food habits, then there is no need of intake of medicines, as directly saying that one for maintenance health by proper intake, proper nutrition food for healthy individuals. And in this context, even Acharya Kashyapa told that uh, Ahara as a Mahabhaishajya. Ahara Mahabhaishajya. Matlab, it means that for every medications, the best and the big medicine is your food itself. Like that, one among the food, it has been mentioned as an Kshudradanya or a Kudanya, that is now currently comparing with the millets, the name has been given. It is also one among them, where it contains the rich nutritional benefits and also having the capability for preventing some of the diseases conditions also. And regarding this, the government has been taken so much interest and regarding the things will also be mentioned. Government in India, it has noticed that the importance of millets and encouraged the people to grow these millets. And it is also been noticed that the India is one among the most countries next to the Nigeria in the production of the millets in the world actually. And the important aspect of millet is that this crop doesn't need a lot of water, it doesn't need of high temperature, and their productions at it possesses high nutritional values also. So in this context, millets are gaining the status as an ingredient in the production of functional foods. As we are going to call as functional foods, those are all our nutritions. In that context, it is going to be mentioned. So this millets also be considered as a nutricereals because of giving a nutrition to the body. Yeah, and these are also be called as a coarse grains or superfoods. Then, from the ancient time period, the millets are the parts of our agriculture and the civilization present in our Vedas and Puranas. Also, we will get the references. Like our culture, millets are the reserved species of small seed grasses that are commonly cultivated as a cereal grains for human and animal nourishment around the world, actually. The majority of the species are commonly referred from the family that is Poaceae or in Germinaceae family. It is a grass family. From there, all the millets are going to be comes. Millet is a nutrient powerhouse and provides the healthy benefits to an individual. This is the general introduction about the millets. And I am coming directly to the topic here. There is a classification of millets according to Ayurveda, where our acharas has been explained. In Shishruta Samhita, in the name of Kudanya Varga, in that several number of millets has been going to be explained in Ayurvedic names has been mentioned here. Puradushka, Shamaka, Nirvapa, Anatanu, Varaka, like that several millets has been explained, which are going to be correlated in coming slides. In Ashtanga in the name of Dhanya Varga, there come Kodravan, Nirvapa, Shamaka, Priyangu, Yava, Koduma, Nandimaka. These are almost similar to our millets mentioned here. And in Mahaprasasha, especially concentrated on the millets also by the name of Kshudra Dhanya, like same Kangu, Pinaka, Samaka, Kotrava, Charudaka, Charuka, Vamshayava, like that it has been explained. Kaivadeva also be explained in the Pradhanya Varga and Rajan Gantu also be explained as a Kali Dhanya Varga. In that context, this is then a brief classifications which has been explained in our and come to the modern part of that, the millets can be classified into majorly two types. One is major millets and the minor millets. Major millets are pearl millet and then a finger millet. And the minor millets are five in nature, that is foxtail, uh, Pasco millet, little millet, kodo millet, and then granard, granard millet. Well, then next. Now we will go these varieties individually, including the modern as well as the Ayurveda aspects. We will going to be covered here. Okay. And the first one is the pearl millet. Pearl millet is most popular variety of the millet in this one. It is also known as bajra. Everybody knows that one, bajra regarding that. So from the ages, bajra has been a mainstay of Indian cooking in the olden days. Maybe it has been reduced nowadays. People are going to be just fascinating their lifestyle. So entirely it has been changed rather than using such food. But in olden days, the maximum people, the entire present who are there in the old peoples, they are going to be consuming the plasma. And they are having a good health, also, especially has been a mainstay for Indian cooking, either in the form of khichdi or as a raw ingredient of for rotis. Yes, bajra rotis are there, bajra khichdi is there. Like that, so many people can be operations are going on. In that also nowadays, but it is very rare places. In Rajasthan is the India's top producer of the nutrient-rich crop due to the fact that it requires a high temperature to grow, especially Bajra requires the high temperature. So Rajasthan is the topmost here in the growing context. This uncommon crop is grown during the hotter summer months because it can withstand the harsh circumstances like dryness, low salinity, low soil fertility, and high pH. And it may so it contains the maximum magnesium, a mineral found in the formula, which helps in the asthmatic breathing asthmatic especially breathing easier and decreases the impact of migraines also. Gallstones increases instances is reduced in part due to the fiber in pearl basically. And next come to the finger millet. Finger millet is known as a ragi. Nowadays, ragi is came back compared to bajra. Ragi is people are little bit now using, but very less compared to also the ragi is also known as a finger millet. It is most often formed in Ethiopia and the Sri Lanka. This superfoods ingredients enhances the digestion, slow the aging process, and reduces the risk of heart diseases. This is the ragi's thing. The popularity of ragi, a staple of Indian cuisine for many years, declined as the prevalence of wheat and rice increased. But when UN and FOA emphasized the need of millet consumption for the reduction of malnutrition and other illnesses, it began to take a comeback. Natural calcium found in finger millet helps to build the bones and reduce the risk of bone fractures, and iron that occurs in naturally in it and also aids treatment for animals. Finger millet is very advantageous for a small children, the elderly and an expectant mothers, since it is high in calcium. It facilitates the lactation too in moms also, mothers also. And come to the minor millets, in that is a foxtail millet. Sometimes it is referred as a kangu in Ayurveda is mentioned, or rice it is a kangu rice. It is actually. It is a type of millet that was first cultivated in northern China and India. Given that it resembles a tapering cluster of flowers, it gets its name. There's a name foxtail actually. This dry crop is sown around the last week of May, and it will take to grow up in 70 days. And the foxtail is to be continuous releases of glucose without affecting the body's metabolic process also. And the fox millet is generated as a heart healthy food and aids in reducing the incidence of diabetes in society because of its high magnesium content here. So this is one of the best food for the heart, especially. So it is mentioned as a heart healthy food, and also in the diabetic cases, it is good one. Commonly known as Kangu, there is a Priyangu also in Sanskrit is mentioned. It forms their Guna and Karma Prayoga is mentioned. It is heavy to digest, Guru in nature, Sangra, he absorbs the excess of fluids and aids in the digestion. Brahmana nourishes the body tissues also. Shoshana Karma dries up the surface moisture also. Brahma Sandhakana Kara means it also helps in the fractures. Also, Gurjara, that is difficult for digestion, heavy will be there in nature. Russia aphrodisiacs. It acts as a substitute for rice, especially for in diabetic cases, especially the people from the US. Congo is used in situations like a similar of Anuata and childbirth pain as well. And regarding the Congo, some of the preparations and how we can able to use that one. Already as mentioned that is a Sangrahi, so it can be indicated both in Grahani also and as well as Atisara also in diarrhea cases also. Tangu can be used for the dhatu shoshan purpose, reduction of the bodily tissues of overnourished dhatus like meda, adipose tissues, mamsa, muscular tissue, while also nourishing the body by providing the micronutrients because it is a both brahmana and shoshan. Means it nourishes the tissues also and it should be drugs of the excess quantity of the tissue. So this idea works effectively when you're dealing with the issues like Sola and Prameya, especially. This Kangu should be used in the diabetic patients and obese patients. It's very good for them. Because in diabetic as well as in Sola patients, there will be hunger more. Agni will be the more in this condition because of its heavy in nature. Its Brahmana is there. It's a durjara to digest also. So it will be keep means it will going to be there for longer duration. It won't get make hunger in the diabetic as well as in the Stauda. And it's also indicated in the Bhagna fractures. It circumstances like Pradhana Vikaras, especially Stauda is also Kapha Pradhana. Prameha is also Vika Pradhana, as along with that, what are the complications or skin diseases are there, and even Amavata is also be the Kapha Pradhana Vadi. So, in these conditions, the Kangu is one of the best food as a medicine can be used. Approximately nutritious extracts are have an outstanding anti-hyperglycemic action activity, which and next the second one in minor millet, that is Ross millet, also referred as a Chinaka in Sanskrit. Anaphylacra is brought on by a lack of niacin, especially in this condition. So a type of vitamin B3 that is niacin. Ross millet is effectively in addressing that niacin is abundantly available in the Ross millet especially. So in that condition is very good one. Traditionally, it has been served as a healing dish. So it is going to be mentioned as a healing dish, especially from the childbirth to illness, especially. Pinaka, his properties according to Ayurveda, it includes the Brahmana, nourishes the bodily tissues, heavy to digestion, guru in nature. Heavy is different, difficult to digestion, that is Durchara and Bhagna Sandhanaka, in that it gives the fractures in these conditions. And cross millet, as previously mentioned, as it's a Santarpana Janavadis, like the diabetic cholera. So, diseases brought by an excessive nourishment of the blood tissues, such as Thaula, Prameha, Medorogas, fat diseases are there. In these conditions, so it's mentioned as an hypoglycemic condition, Medoroga, because it has any properties like Guru, Roksha, Fahara, and Brahmana. All these have that. Guru is there, Roksha is there, Kafara is there, and also it maintains the bodily tissue. So it's a Brahmana. Diabetic mellitus and cardiovascular disease are two elements for which raw millet is recommended highly, especially. Genetically, type 2 diabetic mice fed raw millet and the plasma levels of liponectin and then highly dense in lipoprotein cholesterol improve the under high fat circumstances also be this is the best choice for the diabetes. And under high fat feeding conditions, fast millet has been demonstrated to enhance the glycemic responses and insulin in genetically obese type 2 diabetic uh, cases. It's having a tremendous levels has been seen in this animal experiment. Next, into the little millet, also known as sama or shavan. Shavan are a kutuki, because of small one, name itself indicated as a little millet has been enriched with the minerals like zinc, iron, potassium, and calcium. This is this one. The grain has a lot of vitamin B3, and this one also B, which reduces the cholesterol, increases the rapid metabolism, repairs the tissues, and generates the energy. Minerals including calcium, iron, potassium, and zinc are also be abundant in this one. Additionally, it provides the body with the essential lipids and the weight loss for the weight loss. Its high fiber content is an additional advantage for this little millet. Next, into the kuro millet, often are referred as an kodrava or kodrush, kora disha. It is a traditional food that promotes the weight loss and has a taste like a rice. This is also be one of the variety of rice only. It is easily absorbed and an abundant in phytochemicals and antioxidants, which helps to fend against the numerous elements brought by the secondary lifestyle diseases. Sudomilate also helps the women's menstrual cycles become more regular and easy hip and knee discomforts that can be used in this one. Sudomilate is going to be used. Its properties are going to be mentioned in classically, that is Vishara, antipoisonous as well. Vrishya, it's an aphrodisiac, heavy for digestion. Patya in Runa, especially in the wounds and ulcers. This is the one of the good food for that we used. And it's having a Mudra and Pitta Samulana and Guruguna is there. And a diabetic patient can also be fed it in a place of rice we can able to use. This, hold on. Alright, sorry. Kodraba, Kodomilate, as mentioned before, as a Kodraba Kodomilate is recommended for the glycemic, Grahani due to the Paramagrahi absorbs excessive fluid and helps for the normal formation of feces and enhance the digestion purpose. But the Vitara, that is used in the compactness of feces, Runa, wounds and ulcers, and the Santapajanna Vadis like Stola, Prameha, Medorogas in this condition, due to its play the Sultana property, that is, rise of the excessive moisture. Ruksha reduces the incontinences, Lepana, trapping properties, Vata Karaka increases the Vata. Excess of consumption is going to lead the Vata because it's showing that here all the reductions, dryness is going to remain the excess quantity of water. So what is going to happen here? Automatically, it's a majorly used in Kapha Pitta Kara diseases. So Vata will automatically increase in this if you are going to be consuming more. Due to Pitta Rakta Shamaka specifies the Pitta, vitiated blood, Pitta and blood which are affected due to the poisonous, it can be. As it is Vishahara properties, so specifies the effects of poison, and other kapha pitta pradhana rogas. Fudomilate significantly decreases the glaciated hemoglobin levels, but helps in the production of liver glycogen and immediately boosts the energy levels in the diabetics. Strong antioxidants can be found in the astonishing quantities of in fudomilate. And this little millet contains the phenolic compounds that lowers the LDL or bad cholesterol, protects the heart, lower the blood pressure, and prevent a number of other chronic diseases also. These antioxidants also functioning to prevent the damage the free radicals to the tissues and cells, which includes the cancer. Kudo is a fantastic substitute for rice and wheat. Wheat aids in weight loss by promoting the metabolic activity and preventing the metabolic syndromes conditions. Kudo millet are suitable for the gluten intolerant people who are not to be having a gluten intolerance. For them, it is a completely free gluten. And in for females, postmenstrual women exhibiting the symptoming of cardiovascular disorders such as high blood pressure and high cholesterol level, regular ingestion of crude millets is particularly conscious for the postmenstrual women. Next, come to the that is Bernard millet. It is also known as shamaka. It is a tiny white seed that is thought to be the most nutrient dense cereal grain because it's a high in fiber, carbs, carbohydrates, and proteins. Carbs there. It is used to lose the weight. Additionally, it contains the plenty of calcium and phosphorus. So two nutrients crucially for the development of the bones. Those are going to be abundantly available in this one. Shava and its properties in that is a Pittaja Vikara and Vibanda use the Shamaka. So because in Vibanda it's having a good fiber in content, so it is in constipations and in that condition, it's a very good for the people. So and it is also referred as a poor people's cereal because it's very cheaply available also be here. So it's mentioned as a poor people's cereal for that this one. It is also be a dhatu, poshaka, drives the body tissues, and sangrahi absorbs the extra fluids in a regular formation of the fecal. Brennan millet or the Shamaka indicates the indications mentioned in Atisara Grahani as its Sangrahic properties means it holds that one. Buddha Vikara, compactness of diseases, Santaparjanya Vadis like Prameha, Stavla, and Medurogas. Also as a guna like a Soshna, dries up, so Roksha, and Buddha Karaka and the lengthening ideas actually. And it is also indicated in the conditions like cardiovascular diseases, diabetes mellitus, and rat fits with the diet for treating the patch from Bernard millet has shown to the lower blood glucose, serum cholesterol, and triglycerides compared with the rice and other minor millets. It has been studied on the rats, and then Bernard millets has been reported to be beneficial in the type 2 diabetics, especially deheld varieties. It has a glycemic index for deheld millet that is 50%, and the heat treated is 41.7%. Is there. Next, come to the another one is I am going to add in here that is Gaveduka, that is the idle millets. Okay. It is having a properties like Katu and Madhurasa Pradhana Drigha. It is Karshakari, means reducing the body weight, that is emaciating, and Kafahara decreases the Kapha doshas, and additionally Gunas and drivers are it is said to that other qualities resembles like Shamaka only. Then Govardhaka is employed in the multiplicature, especially multiplicature means urine incontinence cases. So because it possesses the characteristics similar to those of diuretic and an medicine. This plant's roots are employed in the treatment of dysmenorrhea or in the uh, Pidijita Okay, this grain is used to make chapatis, which aids in weight loss. These are the preparations here. Gavedakas in it can be particularly helpful for the Staulia pramehi. with diabetic patients and other kapha pradhana diabetes. As it is in a Kashidari weight loss index and Kafara, as previously mentioned, diabetes, rheumatism, and other conditions were cited in the Adelaide Millet especially. Next, another one is Yavanala, that is Jawar. Everybody knows that one. Jawar is famous for rotis and Jawar roti, and it is having an improved taste protection, and it is having so many benefits, especially this millet is Jawar. Krishna Ishnagna excessive thirst reduces and Kledagna excessive moisture reduces. Additionally, Gunas that it is a aphrodisiac qualities somewhat similar to Russia and genocide in emergency cases. Yavanala, that is Jawar, as mentioned before, the Yavanala is best advice for Rapha Pitta, bleeding disorders, Amla Pitta, gastric disturbances, and complete cancers. And it's a Pittagna property, so Rakta Shamaka is there, versus the Pitta. Krishna, Staulya, Prameha, and it is the Pitakashara Sapradhana, Vikrosha, and Kafahara majorly. Because of the certain characteristics of Jawar is good for consumption by those who are chronic illness patients, especially it is good for them, chronic illnesses, whatever it may be there. Such as Jawar nutrients has a unique nutritional role that may help prevent the manage the certain lifestyle diseases and disorders. Jawar health advantages includes here some of the preparations and diseases mentioned. Okay. In CD, there is in celiac diseases, one of the most commonly hereditary illness production reactions in the people with a certain genetic predispositions in gluten proteins found in wheat and other cereals. This illness is brought on by the immune system's adverse reaction to gluten and can cause the acute stomach ache. Jawar doesn't contain gluten. This is good for gluten intolerance people. Thus, it can be a safe diet choose for the persons with celiac diseases, especially. Java producers were unable to alter the level of anti-insulin antibodies when consumed continuously. And in the context of obesity, in India, obesity is the growing issue, as everybody knows that. It can be correlated with several chronic illnesses such as diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. Evidences from the experiments suggested that consuming more dietary fiber reduces the prevalence of obesity. And so jawar is one of the best thing for in the condition obesity. The food is high dietary fiber, enhances the function in the large bowel and slow down the digestion and absorption, lowering the risk of the chronic diseases. Jawar has a special chemical and physical properties like bulk to the diet, viscosity, water holding, and the absorption capacity, which controls the consequent physiological behavior, especially. It is also be a high in dietary fiber. It contributes to hunger satisfaction, uh, highlighting the uh, society and lower the risk factors for obesity. And in the context of diabetes mellitus, it is a serious metabolic conditions that affects the many nations. Whole grain or diets typically boost the LDL cholesterol, lowering the LDL cholesterol, especially triglycerides and the blood pressure. In boiling yellow jawar, there are two types are there, white and yellow in that one. There is a boiling yellow jawar oats resulted in the lower the glycemic index than flour made from the same variety. According to the studies on the processing of and the cooking of white and yellow jawar kinds, similarly, chapati prepared from the white jawar showed as a low glycemic index over yellow jawar flour. These changes in the glycemic index due to the processing and cooking play an important role in diet followed in the better management of the disease, diabetes. Yes, definitely. This concept is there in the Ayurveda also because that is called as samskara. Samskara in nama gunantara nama. According to the nature of the drug, according to the tradition, change the forms. Definitely, uh, they are going to produce the seeds, different actions and results. And in coronary heart diseases, empirical data and they indicated that reducing whole grain consumption lowers the CVD risk also. Okay. And this Java also be used in the cancers. Anti-carcinogenic property have a long history. In this case, the studies conducted in vitro and in vivo have demonstrated the prospective effects of Java consumption against cancer. So Java contains the polyphenols and the tannins that can inhibit the growth of cancerous and the mutagenic cells in humans, as well as promote the production of melanin. Next, come to the ragi. This is also be known nurtaki. That is a finger millets. Properties we have mentioned. Tikka Sapradana Drabha, Tikka and Mazurasa, Tikka, Snigdha, Balle and Vishya. Okay. And additionally, guna properties like it observes the Rakta bleeding disorders, Amla Pitta, gastric disturbances, skin diseases, and Tikka Madhur Rasa is bitter in sweet taste. So hair rasa is astringent also is there. Its potency is in cold, as we call in Shita Vidya. Snigdha Guna Yukta, properties with and continuousness. The Durbala, loss of energy due to the Vallakarma helps to improve the energy. This one, in the case of obesity and prameha, as it acts as a Prashara Sundravya, so is good there. And Palya in the of energy. In terms of nutrition, finger millet is a good source of vitamins, minerals, and fibers, particularly calcium benefits and finger millets for health. Finger millet for health. Finger millet is a very nutrient dense and offers a number of health advantages. Here it is going to be having a tryptophan and an amino acids are there to reduce the weight. And ragi reduces the hunger and aches because generally nowadays so many people are having the ragi malt. They are going to consume early morning in their night regularly to maintain good health. Ragi gets digested at a slower rate and thus keeping the body, keeping one away from the increasing the excessive of calories loss. Also, fiber present in ragi gives the feelings of fullness as opposed the excessive food consumption, especially. Finger ragi for bone health. Ragi is enriched in calcium. So natural calcium is excellently available. Get from the ragi. So growing children and aging people for them, ragi is the one of the good sources. And ragi consumption helps in the development of bones in growing children as well as maintenance of the bone health in adults also. Ragi keeps the diseases such as osteoporosis at bay and cloud uh, reduces the risk of fractures. And ragi for the diabetes, finger millets, it's a phytochemicals helps in slowing the digestion process that helps to control the blood sugar levels in the condition of diabetes. In a study it is conducted in 2000, it was found that the finger millet based diet helps the diabetics as it contains the high fiber than rice and wheat. So that is a good. So it is going to be used. Also, the study found that diet based on whole finger millet has a lower glycemic response. It is the lower ability to increase the blood sugar levels. This is because ragi flour contain the components that reduces the starch ability to digest it and absorb. And finger millet ragi for lowering the blood cholesterol. Finger millet contains the amino acids, lecithin and methionine, which aid the lowering the cholesterol levels by removing the extra liver fat. And for anemia, which finger millets having the good natural iron source also, and consuming in anemia patients. Ragi finger millet relaxing you. You can ingest ragi, a natural sedative also as that helps with anxiety, depression, and insomnia cases also. Ragi can help with the migraines as well. Various ways we can consume these millets are into the healthy, although they were flavor is not as wonderful as that other cereals, especially. There are numerous way of preparing and consuming these millets here. The following list to include the few methods of consuming the millets I am here implemented. Millets can be used in the varieties like a daily leaves, slices. Millet-based breads can be prepared or healthier than the traditional breads. Millets breads is too good, and it is possible to make the ladus of millets, flax seeds, and dry fruits. It can be mixed and can be used. And foxtail millets can be used as an substitute for rice in the Indian dishes, like a sweet pongal and bisibele bath. In South India, it is going to be prepared with the vegetables. And it can also be other millets in place of rice. In here, the mango rice, such as fox millets, grand millets, and cross millets, and small millets can be used instead of rice preparations. And some of the millets can be used for prepare the pancakes, dosas, idlis also you can prepare. And in this way, the millet can also be used to make a varieties of delectable and wholesome and healthy food meals in the sense of sedentary lifestyle. Can be uh, nonetheless contribute to the healthy life. You can make upma, sweet halwa, burfis, veggies pulao, and with the varieties of millets also. All the meals are incredibly nutritious and healthy. You may prepare the chapatis with bajra, jawar, and ragi, high in fiber, simple digestion. We'll in South India it is called mudda. Or that is the power. It's a taste of ragi and jawar also they will prepare and going to be used that one. And nowadays ragi's rotis also, dosa also available. You can able to be prepared. And obese and diabetic people can be specifically receive these. At least children can also eat millets and, with the fruits and dry fruits. Children can enjoy millet-based cakes and biscuits that are highly nutritious and healthy. And you can also make the cutlets, dhokla, and many varieties of rice or roasted millets can also be made. Nowadays in market, these jawar puffs are coming, newly introduced that one. And this is according to Ayurveda, the Western chakras, the millets and its properties. That's whatever we have been discussed, explained now, that has been mentioned in a second sheet. And come to the nutritional values, it is also been mentioned already. Whole millet contains the protein 11.6 grams, carbohydrate 0.5 grams, minerals, calcium, iron, thiamine, niacin, and energies. And the finger millets contains the protein, carbohydrates, minerals, calcium, iron, uh, glutamine, riboflavin, niacin, and energies. Like that, all the millets already have been explained. Just I'll show in video. Okay. Energy. What are the nutritional values of each millets? And this is the picture. We can able to see that finger millet, ragi is there, pearl millet, bajra, jawar, okay, foxtail millets, millet, little millet, kudo millets. This is the picture. And next come to the conclusion part. As advancement in the modern sophisticated sedentary lifestyle is giving origin to various epidemic diseases and are the best to be used in these diseases. So it is clearly mentioning that for depends on our sedentary lifestyle. And our present lifestyle, we need the best nutrition supplements because our work schedule, our stress, training, so it will may have going to be several lifestyle diseases. So in these conditions, millets are the best choice for all the conditions and we maintain the health and in the disease conditions also. Millets can be used as a preventive tool in diet, regular intake and stick use only. Okay. And the millets are the best for Harabikaras. Means especially the caffeine because of diseases, and it should be avoid the Vataja. In Vataja patients, we should not be used because it increases the Vata hazard, which should. Thank you for the patience here.
Thank you so much, sir. I just want to ask one question.
Please.
आपने सारा बता दिया, but I just want to know how to take millets in the sense, like suppose if we take finger millets or we talk about ragi, so should we include one meal a day or two meal a day, or for weekly we should shift to millets, or monthly thrice we should take, how we should take the millets?
Millets can be used daily, madam. There is no issue in that one. Okay. Any one food, especially if any diseased person is there, or if you want to be make a good lifestyle. Generally nowadays, all the people are consuming the ragi malts, as you know, also okay, in a daily one time. That is going to be maintain your breakfast completely. Hmm. Rather than using the rice, reduction of the rice, we are going for the other like pomo rices are there. We can use daily. There is no issue. Not to be in excess quantity. It should be consumed in a normal quantity of what our diet is there, especially. And if you are to maintain a health purpose, means millets are the best as to be used regularly. As my condition, as my opinion is that millets are should be used everyone daily because all nutrition are should be available in this
But
millets.
some people, sorry, but some people says you should shift to millets like for a week to heal the body, or like in Karnataka or Bangalore, if I consider. So ragi ball daily they take ragi ball in lunch, like four
Yeah,
times a week. I have seen with Grita they take. But in North Indian, we are not used to take millets like that, so we can make roti or something like that. Some
yeah, yeah.
doctors suggest that you take millets like weekly you shift for a whole diet should be millets, no wheat, no rice. Is that so, or should we take one meal a day?
One meal a day at least is good, as my
Okay.
experience is from. One meal is definitely have to be used, and we have to be think that what other the meals like lunch and dinner, or it may be a breakfast, which one we are going to be choosing. According to that, our next food also we decide because we have to maintain our health also. So one meal is mandatory to be maintained. It's good for the people especially.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, sir, for such an orientation for the millets. Everyone is these days having question regarding the millets and how it should be taken, what are the qualities of the millets. So
Yes,
thank you
yes.
once again on behalf of Healthcare Sector Skill Council.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.